Good afternoon and welcome to Morning MCI. I'm your host, Blind Prime, and for today, we're finally getting the opportunity to talk about Transformers Studios Series 86 Optimus Prime. It arrived yesterday, later than I was expecting, but it arrived yesterday. And I spent yesterday getting to know it. And before I get into this, I have one sombering note to mention. I finally got hit with a QC problem. We knew it was going to happen eventually. You know, I've managed to dodge all the major QC bullets, but this one got me, and this one is the pin, or at least the joint of the foot here, disconnected itself from the pin and broke. I tried to push it down, and there was just it was stuck. It was a lot of it was just solid, and whenever I moved it down, there was a snap, and the same happened with the other one. The other one, actually, I didn't really have any problems with, and my assistant, who can see, was looking at it, and he's like, it's broken there. That's why it's not doing what you want it to in the transformation. And we're going to talk about that in the transformation. But I went ahead and contacted Hasbro customer support today. I sent them some images. I explained to them, like, look, I don't know what happened with this thing. They broke it out of the box or something, but that is a QC issue. They shouldn't have broken like that. Both of them? That's wild. So I talked to them over the phone. Very nice people. And they asked me to send in some images. So, image of my receipt and an image of the item itself with a reference number attached. Did all that. So waiting to hear back from them about what they think, and maybe they'll send me a new SS86 Optimus Prime, which I really hope they do, because I really like this figure. And today we're going to get into why I like this figure, and I hope that you, at the end of this video, like this figure as much as I like this figure now. I love this. I think it's an amazing figure, and without... Cream, I need my arm. Thank you. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're going to discuss some size comparisons, comparing them to other figures and things like that. But be aware, be careful about the feet, okay? And in tomorrow's Blindformers video, I do have an important thing to mention about the feet. There's a transformation tip right there that if you don't move it, it will give you issues. So we'll talk about that transformation step when we get to it in the Blindformers episode. So please, stay tuned for that. On him right now, I have his axe, though it's really rubbery, and I don't really like the fact that it's so rubbery. I think they could have done good with some solid clear plastic or something like that. And then we have his blast effects on either one of his smokestacks. He's got these fun little laser beam blast effects that have like a big ball at one end, and then they taper down to a point. They're really fun. But we can go ahead and remove both of them from his smokestacks, because if you didn't know, his smokestacks can shoot laser beams sometimes. It's not happening. It doesn't happen very often, but it happens. And then we're going to go ahead and remove the axe. The axe is nice. It's got some decent sculpt to it. Got a nice little point on the end, but it is really rubbery, and that is a bit of a turnoff for me. Not even the Legend scale Optimus Prime had an axe that was as rubbery as this one. So those are the blast effects and the axe that he came with. We'll talk about the gun when we get into his vehicle, into his trailer, and talk about Roller, because that's where the gun's living. Let's go ahead and get his hand out so that let's give him a hand. Let's see, where in the world am I? Cream! What's up, you? Do you like Prime? No? So let's go ahead and get this taken care of. We got to pull something aside. There it is. Okay, so you got to find the seam, and then you pull off the side of the fist, or the side of the forearm, and you can pull out his hand, and then you plug that bit back in. Now, the hinge for this is going to be located on the interior of the arm. If you have the arm situated where there's the elbow, and it looks really nice. Let's see. Yeah. So if you have it situated with the elbow there, did I have this arm mistransformed maybe? Let's see. Nope, it's right. Cool. Okay, so if you have the inside of the arm whenever he's like laying his arm flat against his body, is going to be where that panel is to unplug it so that you can either pull the hand out or you can put the hand in. Let's go ahead and pull out the rest of the hand. Come on, fingers, thank you. All right, let's rotate his hand. He's got Rodimus Prime hands. Now, I was pretty sure that this is the right way, but then you have this stuff on the back end. But then you have his little arrow things on top of his arm. I mean, you can do it either way. Either way works. So we could just have him in both ways for this. We could have his left arm in one style and his right arm in the other style. Or actually, no, his left arm's they're both in the same style now. I think that's neat that you can actually just change the style of the Prime. But I think the gappy bit is supposed to be the rear area. So let's get into his size comparisons, and hopefully we're not going to take too long on these because I don't want to fill the entire video with size comparisons. So, Earthrise Cliff Jumper's coming up here. He stands up to the bottom of the of this little ridge of the skirt, the bottom of the skirt on Optimus Prime. Sideways on the side, the top of his shoulder comes up to just about mid-thigh, and back-to-back comparison. Good grief, Cliff Jumper, you are so small. We can get Optimus Prime. And Cliff Jumper's like, Prime, I've heard some news. What? I can't hear you from down there. What? I can't hear you from up there. I can't hear you from down there. I can't hear you from up there. Just a fun little thing. I'm a big fan of TFS Abridged, if you don't know already. So let's go ahead and continue the comparisons. We've got a Siege Prime here, and Siege Prime and regular Prime. Let's lower your arms, sir. Put your arm flat to your ground. Put your arm flat to your side. Thank you, and thank you. Make sure your legs are straight. They are. Good. Your legs are straight. Cool. Okay, so there's going to be about a thumb's width of distance between the tops of the shoulders for Siege, which is lower than the shoulder for 86. Siege Prime's head is kind of wobbly. 86 Prime's head is very stiff. Ooh, and it's got small little ratchets in it. It's nice. All right, now we'll put them back to back. Okay, now 86 Prime is definitely the bigger guy. Put them forward to forward, and yeah, other than it's wild how different in size these two are. The top of Siege Prime's head comes up to the lower end of 86 Prime's face. I just wish this Siege Prime's head wasn't such a floppy mess. I have no idea why his head got so floppy, but it's just floppy now. You got a floppy head, Prime. All right, we're going to set Siege Prime off to the side. Who's this? No. We're talking about ER Prime. Where's ER Prime? Come on, ER Prime. Here you are. Nuts. All right, so Rodimus fell over. We got to fix Rodimus real quick. There we go. Okay, Rodimus, stand up straight, buddy. There you go. All right, so ER Prime here with the Optimus Prime, 86. And Earthrise Prime, the shoulders are about the same. The head area is different because ER Prime here, he's just a smidge taller than Siege Prime. And the top of ER Prime's head comes to the bottom of 86 Prime's crest on top of his helmet. Put them back to back, and we get a really nice comparison of the two. This makes it, 86 Prime here is definitely the winner whenever it comes to Primes. And in weight wise, yeah, even wins on that. Though ER Prime does have a nice heavy leg area. So let's compare Commander classes now to Optimus Prime. We've got our Motor Master here from Legacy, and Motor Master stands, his shoulders are about the same distance as ER Prime's from the top of 86 Prime's shoulders. The top of Motor Master's head is about the same as the top of ER Prime's head. Motor Master here and Optimus Prime. Motor Master's got some heft to him, definitely more weight than ER Prime, but 86 Prime definitely wins out in that. Now we'll do a back-to-back comparison where Motor Master's backpack, and it's a backpack. It's a nice one. The 86 backpack is also kind of nice, but a little thicker than Motor Master's. And it's a nice little comparison of the two. Now we're going to set Motor Master away. Let's bring up next size comparison, which is Kingdom Rodimus Prime. This is where 86 Prime really shines, because 86 Prime and Rodimus here are the right size, in my opinion. I remember seeing, Rodimus and Optimus together a couple of times in the show, and Rodimus was shorter than Optimus, but not by much. And it shows here. They're almost the same height. Optimus has just a bit more, just a smidge on Rodimus, putting them back to back for that nice little comparison. These guys are they work well together, and they're almost the same weight. Optimus weighs just a smidge more than Rodimus. Now, we're going to set Rodimus over here off to the side. Now let's bring out the bigger commanders. We have got Ultra Magnus here, and Ultra Magnus definitely wins on the weight front. That's for sure. He is a heavy guy. Now, the top of Optimus' head comes up to midpoint on Ultra Magnus's chest. And showing here, the top of Optimus Prime's shoulder comes to just above the elbow for Rodimus Prime on his arm. That's just, let's go ahead and raise up Rodimus Prime's arm. And we can slide Optimus in there underneath the arm to get an understanding of how it compares. Comes up right below the shoulder connection point. Really, that's wild how big both of these figures are. But how Optimus in Ultra Magnus both carry their weight so well. They're just beautiful figures. Beautiful figures. Together they work out well. This Ultra Magnus, he feels, with an 86 Optimus Prime here, it feels like there is an 86 Optimus Prime inside of this Ultra Magnus that just has a bunch of armor pieces put on him. There's so much between them that is similar, even in the height. It makes it feel like if this Ultra Magnus had come with a white cab, with a white cab that turned into a Optimus Prime mold, it would have been 86 Prime. That's what I get here whenever I'm comparing these two. Ultra Magnus feels like an 86 Prime with armor on top of him, and that's how it's supposed to be. Not like how it was with Earthrise Prime here compared to Ultra. Look, that was just way too small. That was dingy small, and nothing I could think of made the comparison right. So this works. This works very well. This works actually better than I thought it would, and I'm ecstatic. I'm over the moon about this figure. I love it to death. Now, finally, we're going to bring out Armada Prime, and then we're going to get into talking about the figure himself and the meat potatoes of it. Here's Armada Prime. Big old guy. Big old dude. And 86 Prime here. The top of 86 Prime's comes to the windshield on the chest of Super Mode Armada Prime here. Just that windshield on how the truck's nose goes down to connect to the legs. Yeah, that windshield is where they rest so well next to each other. Of course, Armada Prime definitely heavier. And then Armada Prime and Ultra Magnus are very similar in weights. So that's kind of neat. Now we're going to set our Armada Prime off to the side. Let's get into the meat and the potatoes of this. So first off, we'll talk about the feet. The feet do have ankle tilt. I don't want to mess with it too much because I'm worried about breaking this guy even further. These feet are messed up. There's that broken bit in there where it just was never connected to its hinge, or it was, but it wasn't right. I don't know what's going on there, but both of those ends popped off their hinge mountings, and this one got a little this one was a little messed up. Anyway, so there is ankle tilt, really nice ankle tilt. We can kind of ankle tilt it off to the side. You can actually kind of get him to stand on his broken foot. I think that's neat that the ankle tilt is that strong. There's also a knee bend of more than 90. That's a good knee bend. It's not, wait, it could be double jointed, but maybe not. Let's see. No. It just feels like it's double jointed, but it's not. There's a thigh swivel, which is nice. And he kicks up at 90 with a stiff sideways. I do like that. And he kicks forward at 90. Each of his skirts has an independent hinge. All four of them, the two back ones and the two front ones, each have an independent hinge. The neat thing about the front ones is they're independent, but they can also work together. That's cool. I like that. I think that was a neat little addition. I don't even know how they managed that, but that's good. That's good stuff. So coming up here to the legs, we've got the same vents that we've had with other figures, like ER Prime here. But ER Prime's vents, in my opinion, are better than 86 Prime's vents. And we're just going to keep ER off to the side because I will make a couple more comparisons to things. So coming up here on the sides of his legs, where there should be wheels, there's no wheels on 86 Prime. I do love that. I love how they managed to close the wheels in, but I could have sworn his wheels were visible in the cartoon, or maybe I'm just misremembering it and experiencing some sort of Mandela effect about that. Let me know in the comments below. Does he have a wheel showing in the movie? I don't remember. I really don't, and I feel bad about that. But it's been a while since I've actually laid eyes on that. So let me know in the comments below, please. So moving up from these beautifully textured legs, the backs of them are textured well. There's lots of smoothness going on here and sleekness, and the plastic quality is just amazing. There's even sculpt work and texture going on here in the thigh. Not much, but it's there, and I always make a reference when it's there. I always point it out whenever I find it. I'm like, oh my god, they did it again. That's lovely. Now the skirts have some good sculpt work on them and texturing. And you flip it around here to the back. There is kind of a small negative, but not enough to damage his score of his butt panel being a little too long. I think they could have shaved a bit off that, but it still works. It's still nice. Coming up here to his arms, he's got fingers that you can bend. You can actually fold in 3 of the fingers and leave one of them out so he can point at things. And he can be like, Cliff Jumper, go over there. And Ultra Magnus, go over there. Yeah, he can point at things. He can point at you. Line that back up. Yeah, he could point at you. There we go. I lined it up. So he could do a lot with his hands. Single jointed elbows, but his hands do spin 360 degrees in addition to having those articulated fingers, which is really nice. And he holds siege peg things very well and other things. He has a backwards butterfly, and if you give the arm a slight pull, come on. Come on, there it goes. You can actually, it's a little bit of a tight pull, but you can collapse everything in there and not lock it down. And when you do that, he's got forwards butterfly, which is really cool. And he can move up it to a 90. He can spin 360, 360 degrees. And then there's that nice butterfly forwards and backwards. And you can just extend it all the way if you wanted to be goofy about it. So let's go ahead and lock that arm back in there. Now, coming up here to his chest area, we've got the, I forgot to mention, this is the only other time I've seen this happen was in the Masterpiece 01 Optimus Prime. They actually etched the little lines and the yellow arrow thing on his arm. Those are etched in there. That's cool. I wish they had done it with the Autobot symbol on his shoulder. I wish they had done the same etching job there, but I appreciate that etching job at that area. I love the fact that they did that. That's so nice. Just those little bits, those little attentions to detail. That's what I love about this Optimus Prime. This was definitely a work of love. Now coming up here, his chest is really done well. It's fatter than ER Prime. It feels a little girthier, like this is a more muscular Prime. The vents on there on his chest for his like 6-pack of vents, they're very well done. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's got 8 on each side, so he's got a 16-pack of vents. Yeah, his vents are a 16-pack. Now, coming up here to his chest area, we've got these windshields that are different. It's definitely a different design choice here. I'm used to these windshields being a bit further in, like with ER Prime here, they're a bit further in. Siege Prime, they're the same way. But 86 Prime here, they left them out just a bit. Now, if you can kind of use the corners of them to try and pull this guy apart. But he is difficult to get into that matrix of leadership. You gotta work at it. You gotta really work at it and try and get his matrix to pop open. Come on. Let's see. If we pop the arm out, will we actually get a little more effort in there? Let's pull the arm back just a bit. Let's see. Come on. I want to show them the matrix. There it goes. Okay, good. All right. I do say that's a negative. There's not like a thumb tab or something to really assist with that. I think if they had put the rear view mirror or something on the edge, you could have used your finger. Like with ER Prime, they made those deeper, the wells for the windshields deeper, so that you could use your fingernail and pry off the side of that very easily. So it's very tightly jointed there. and you got to be very careful. But you can pull open each of the front windshields, and like in the movie, there's another panel that folds up to reveal the Matrix. I love that they have that. That is so fun. It folds down, and then each of these little sides folds inwards. That was cool. That's a little attention to detail. They included the little panel that MPO1 Optimus Prime had. Now, moving on, continuing talking about him, we've got his face. Very nice head for Optimus Prime. I like this. This is one of the better heads that I've experienced. I liked Siege head. I've never really been a fan of Earthrise head, and so I'm really glad that we finally got one that just feels like it's the appropriate Studio Series head. This feels like the Optimus Prime from the movie. That's really good. Nothing feels squished or lowered down or missized. Feels right. Something else I wanted to mention about the arms is that they put the smokestacks on there, and unlike ER Prime, there's a siege peg in the smokestack on ER Prime. Nothing like that for Studio Series 86. No, that is smooth and, well, not smooth. It is heavily textured in vents, and the top of the smokestack is smooth, though. Really, really well done. Really well done figure overall. When it comes to this robot mode, I love it. Now let's get into the trailer modes, and we'll end the day. Oh yeah, backpack is very well done. This is a nice little closed up backpack. Nice little unit. It feels solid. It feels sturdy. This guy is a hefty dude as well. So bringing in the trailer. Where's that trailer? Here's the trailer. Okay, Optimus Prime's trailer here has got sculpt work very similar to the trailer that we got with Motormaster. The ridges for the side of the trailer are spot on. I love the rivets at the top and the bottom. They did rivets, and it's always nice when they actually do the rivets. That is fun. Rivets all over the place, and this beautiful. I wish they had actually etched the symbol for the Autobots, but otherwise, I like the swoosh going down the side. It feels wonderful. It feels wonderful in the hand. Let's do a short size comparison with ER Prime's trailer here. I just bashed something with it. I got to be more careful with my ER Prime trailer. It feels flimsy, really flimsy in comparison to this. So let's put the trailers back, back wheels to back wheels. And we get that the Studio Series 86 Prime trailer is about 1 1/3 ER trailers long, and it's even taller than the ER trailer. It's a bit shorter than the Motormaster trailer, and we'll see that in a second. But still, it's taller than the Earthrise trailer. The Earthrise trailer is just skinny and boxy, and it didn't feel right ever, but they did do a decent job with the sculpting. There's just no rivets, but they did rivets on 86. So let's set this guy off to the side. I do want to bring out something to compare with, actually, so let me grab that before we forget about it. Let's go ahead and pull this out. Come on, okay, and grab you. Excellent. I just need you. Cool. We've got a version of Roller built by Engineer Hoist from YouTube. Check out Engineer Hoist. He does good stuff. Okay, now let's get in the Motormaster trailer. Here it is, Motormaster trailer. Boom! Motormaster trailer collapsed on itself. It's a heavy beast. Oh, Motormaster trailer, you're so heavy. You're so ridiculously heavy. Okay, it is not right. All right, now let's spin it around. Put that back. Okay, so let's up, back to back. Motormaster trailer, slightly taller than the 86 trailer, but 86 trailer is still 1/3 longer than Motormaster trailer. Now, Motormaster trailer definitely wins out in the weight department. It is one of the heavier things I have in Transformers. Let's go ahead and talk about this trailer, and hopefully I can end all this on a good note. So we're going to move ER Prime down here. He can hang out with the other primes. Okay, first off, what you want to do whenever you're actually transforming this guy is pull this arm out from underneath it, and the hinge for it is closer to the stilts. Then you want to rotate this front-facing, this end piece downwards to be a foot. You're going to go ahead and move the other side, and this is going to stabilize the trailer, okay? We're just stabilizing the trailer. I wanted to really just do that real quick so that I can then just get on to showing you things. So that's how you stabilize the trailer. You make sure you move both of those little feet 90 degrees or 85 degrees downwards. Let's take out these fun blast effects, which I will talk about when we talk about the vehicle mode, because I don't want to ruin the surprise. They're awesome. They're amazing. And they're one of the reasons I absolutely love this figure. We're going to talk about that on Thursday, as long as Milton doesn't take out my power. So let's go ahead and reach in here and pull out our first guy from inside the trailer. It's 86, Bumblebee. An 86 Bumblebee can drive around. He can drive back up the trailer. He can drive out of the trailer. He can drive over here. That's so nice. I love how the trailer works. Then we can reach in far in here. There we go. Had to pick up the trailer to allow him to give out. And we've got Roller. Roller can drive down the ramp of the trailer, and he can drive around as well. And he's got 86 Optimus Prime's gun on top of him, so he can go deliver the weapon to 86 Optimus Prime wherever he may be on the battlefield. This Optimus Prime gun is very nicely done. Good textures, good sculpt, feels strong, feels sturdy, not rubberized at all. I love it. Let's compare Roller to Roller real quick. Where's the other Roller? So the Roller that I got from Engineer Hoist was modeled after the G1 Roller. So it's got some really nice, it's got some nice wheel texture to it. The 86 Roller, not so much. This is really well done. Engineer Hoist did a good job with his Roller. It's nice, but the 86 Roller definitely wins out because of just how it feels in the hand. It's not 3D printed. It's solid. It's sleek. It feels so. It's just nice feeling, and not to diss Engineer Hoist, because this Roller is amazing and I love it for my Ultimate Universe Optimus Prime. It works for that one. It's just that the 86 Roller works for 86 Prime. That's nice. So we're gonna set Roller off to the side. He's got all the way. By the way, he's got seating for 4 headmasters, and they can sit back to back. So you can have 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and that's really cool. So we're gonna set Roller down here, and we're gonna open this trailer up now. This is the cool part. I told you to do those arms down because this trailer rests on them to make a stable platform. We saw that in Rodimus, and we haven't seen it since. So I love this stable platform. Let's go ahead and pull up this little fun bit on the end here. Oh, I pulled it off instead. We can reconnect that real quick. We can reconnect that. There it goes. And there we are. We can get this guy to stand up, and he actually stretches out to be an anti-aircraft, also a repair bot, and he's a maintenance bot, so he can, well, I mean, maintenance bot, repair bot are the same thing, but he can actually, like, pick up Optimus Prime's gun and kind of just hand it to him. He can spin around if Optimus Prime's over there, and he can just be like, here's your weapon, sir. And I like that. Also, you can open up the front of this. This is something I was not expecting. You can open the canopy. It's too small for a headmaster, but I'm going to see if Starsaber's Face Master can fit in there. And if he can, which I think he can, because that's about the size of Starsaber's cockpit, that's going to be cool. I'm going to love that. That is some world building right there. Let's go ahead and shrink this guy back down. That is cool. I like how this guy folds up. I like how his little assembly bit arm folds in on itself and can kind of click on the side in there. It's really well done. There is some amazing sculpt work going on here. I love the ridges going down the middle that symbolize where the vehicles can drive, and they can drive all the way in and stuff. And that was on the G1 version. The ridges in the trailer for the little roadway were there, and I'm glad to see them here again. Now, these sides that are textured were stickers, if I remember right. So, pardon me. Before we get into those, the ridges on the middle of the trailer go all the way down the ramp as well. That's something fun. This ramp and the inside of the trailer all work together. And the ramp is even long enough to do a nice slope where it's not too long and it's not too short. Now, the inside of the trailer here has, where the stickers used to be, they're now all sculpted things. And if you could tell me what these things are in the comments below, that would be amazing, and I'd love it. But I'm thinking they're like Energon platforms, where a vehicle mode transformer, just knocking everything over here, blind_pride. Stand up, Motormaster. Here we go. Like 86 Bumblebee here can sit on that platform and maybe get recharged or something. I don't know. But you can't have him drive up the side, and then he can drive over here, and then he can just kind of drive forwards and then back himself into a little parking spot where he can recharge, which I think is what that's supposed to be. That is awesome. I love it. I love this trailer. I love this Optimus Prime. I love it. I love it. I love it. And as it goes for this guy, I'm going to have to give this Optimus Prime his robot mode a 10 out of 10. The quality control problem aside, because I know that is not an issue not everybody faces. That is just something that a few of us get, and I got unlucky. But it's okay. We're gonna fix it. We're gonna deal with that. But that will not affect my grade. My grade is a 10 out of 10. I rarely give a 10 out of 10 for something like this. One of the ones distinctly that I remember got a 10 out of 10 was Cyclonus, because I believe that this figure is going to be best of the year. This is, like with Ultra Magnus, an amazing, amazing action figure, an amazing transformer with an amazing transformation that we will talk about. And tomorrow, I am excited to talk to you about the transformation. We'll have to be careful around the feet because of that breakage, but no worries. Once I hear back from Hasbro, everything will be taken care of there. Their customer service department is so nice and sweet. They are just the loveliest people. I had a nice conversation with one customer service representative who thought, me making a channel to raise awareness of the blind and visually impaired was just awesome. And using Transformers to do so was just really cool. And I think she may subscribe to me. So hello, thank you for all the help today. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching today's video. I've appreciated you. Cream's appreciated you. 86 Optimus Prime has appreciated you. And if you're in the path of Milton, please go around, police your yard, make sure everything's taken care of. And if you're in the evacuation zone and you feel as though it's unsafe for you to stay around, leave. Please leave if you feel unsafe, okay? That you've been asked to leave by the state. Please evacuate. I don't want people to pass away during the storm, and I know it probably happened, but please be safe out there, people. Please. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Until next Prime, bye-bye for now.